What's up, YouTube? Let me talk to you because last Saturday we had the Elimination Chamber and we're here to talk about it because this is TWE. Oh, yep. As you can tell, last three episodes completely different. This episode's going to be completely different. I have what's most likely going to be the new co host of TWE, Billy. Do you have a nickname or do you want to just stick with Billy?
Hey, back in the day, they just called me Billy Bumps.
Billy Bumps. All
Stick with
right.
that.
All right. I'll call you Bumps for short
Yep,
name.
you can call me Bumps.
All right, so yeah, bumps is everybody. I hope we welcome in all 8 of our subscribers right now, and yeah, you a big wrestling fan as am I. We we work together. We know each other through work, and we just keep running into the hallways and having conversations. And I'm like, hell, man, why don't you come and help me host this podcast, wrestling podcast I'm trying to start up? You said yes, and thank you for saying yes. Anything you want to say, my friend?
Yeah, man. Thanks for the invite. Been wanting to do something like this, for a while now. Been a wrestling fan my whole life. I'm 39 years old right now. I've probably been watching since I've been about 5. Yeah, I'm looking to bring something to the table here, offer to your channel.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. So, Elimination Chamber, man. Let's just get right into it because there's a lot to go through, my guy. There's a lot. If you haven't watched the Chamber, which I don't know what you're doing watching this without watching it first, but go watch it first because this is going to be spoiler filled. Um, it's been 2 days. I've watched it over the weekend, but my God, we're gonna kind of go in order because I want to save the best for last. You know what I mean? Probably the biggest thing since what WCW did in like '97. That's kind of a little clue for you, chat. Cat, I'm not streaming YouTube. um, but yeah, we're gonna start out from the beginning, man. We saw everybody coming out and everything else. They started to show off with the women's chamber, and the orders went, as follows. Liv Morgan started with Naomi. Then we had Bianca, Roxanne, Bailey, and Bliss. First one that was eliminated though was Naomi, and that was interesting how they did it. Um, yeah, Jade came back. Do you think she was coming back
Jade,
at Chamber, or did you think WrestleMania like Maya did?
what was that?
Did you think she was going to come back at the Chamber or WrestleMania? I thought WrestleMania. This surprised
Man,
me.
I thought she was coming back probably 3 pay-per-views ago. This storyline has been going on way too long. I don't understand it. Uh, yeah, I just didn't understand the weight on it, but I popped pretty good when I seen her come out. I thought she was going was the one that we were all thinking probably has something to do with it. But it's kind of cool to see her go after Naomi, and then while pounding away, you see in the background Bianca Belair going nuts, trying to get out of the chamber. So it was interesting because Naomi definitely got served, and that's definitely obviously who is the culprit. So interesting to see how this is going to play out now.
Yep, I agree. It did lag a little bit, but that was on my end, so I apologize. So we a couple, but we got most of it. I agree 100% with what you're saying. I think Liv sold it well. I thought she was coming right for Liv. Like she looked worried as hell, knowing that it wasn't her.
Yep.
I think I agree with what I've seen online too. Like Bianca deserves an Emmy, man, because that her performance in that pod while all that was going on was better than half the actresses I see in horror movies these days. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
she was. I honestly
She
don't
was.
think she knows what's going on,
I I don't know. I definitely see
or she was
there's
involved
gonna
with
I feel like
Naomi.
she's involved. She's involved. She definitely has to be involved because why take out Cade, uh, Jade? Why take her out even in the first place? You obviously must not have trusted her as a tag team champion, or maybe some trust was broken somewhere, somehow, or some jealousy. I just, I just see it going that way. I just see her being involved somehow to get Naomi involved and being her tag team partner, and now she's on her way to WrestleMania, in a good spot to probably get a title again.
Hmm. I think it's gonna be. I think she's gonna act like she don't know nothing for the first couple weeks, and then we get closer to WrestleMania, and then she's gonna show her that she was part of it or the actual one
Yeah,
to do it, and
I mean,
then
we
I
all
think we get
knew
Jade
there
and
was to be that.
Bianca.
Yeah,
So that's what I think is gonna happen. But but yeah, so Liv was talking smack to Bianca, which lo and behold, of course, that's who is next out of the pod, and Bianca just goes ham on Liv Morgan. like
yeah,
it was pretty crazy, and I think the next one was Roxanne, if I remember correctly.
yep. Roxanne, it went Naomi, then Jade came in, and it was right. Well, that's elimination order, entry order. Liv, Naomi, Bianca, Roxanne, Bailey, Bliss.
Yep.
So
So yeah,
where where I thought the match took off for me personally is when Bliss finally got in there. I'm a huge Alexa Bliss fan. I've been waiting for her to come back. So I am watching this with my son and my nephew. He's just getting into wrestling, and I'm cheering for Bliss the whole time. So I was pretty upset when she got eliminated,
I thought it was
and
gonna be Bliss too, to be honest.
yeah, I was pretty upset. And but I cannot wait for this Alexa Bliss live. This is gonna be an awesome setup because you got the Wyatt Six and the Judgment Day going at it. So I think it should be pretty good.
Yeah,
So
I don't think the whole Judgment Day is going to be involved just because they got their own little story also going. But I think because Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan have the tag titles, Liv,
yep,
I think Bliss joins the Wyatts, and her and Nikki as Sister Abigail get the titles,
yep.
make them tag titles worth something again. That's what I think.
So
So,
are you okay with the winner of this match?
uh,
You
yeah.
okay?
So, um, once everything's said and done, Bianca Belair is the winner of the women's elimination chamber. She is going after either Rhea or Io. I still think Rhea, but um, am I okay with it? If it's Rhea, yes. Like it all depends on what happens tonight on Raw. Because if it's Rhea, yes, because yes, we've seen Rhea versus Bianca Belair before, but we haven't seen this rendition of Rhea versus Bianca Belair. You know what I mean? The last time I believe they
Yeah,
fought was pre Judgment Day.
it was.
So
Yeah,
I think it would be good. Which I guess I didn't even think about. I said earlier we might get Jade and Bianca. I think maybe Jade and Naomi have a whole thing leading up to WrestleMania, not at WrestleMania, but like their story leading up to WrestleMania, and then
yeah.
after Bianca either wins or loses, that's when they move forward with that. Maybe Jade costs her the title. You know, who knows? Who knows? But I'm okay with it. I
I
think I wanted Bliss, but at least it wasn't Liv Morgan. I did not want to see Liv versus Rhea 502.
Yeah, you don't want to overdo it. It's getting
Yeah,
redundant.
give
Here's
it some
my
time.
theory. This story's far from over. So I say Naomi, she goes after mommy. She wants that title. Um, she picks her, and I think Jade. She's got to be at WrestleMania. She's got to get on the card. She's that. I think they have put a lot of stock into Jade Cargill. I'm not that sold on her quite yet, but I mean I'm willing to let this marinate here. She's been off TV now for a while because I believe they weren't happy with her. I think she was in NXT getting better, but be behind the scenes. But what if they push her into a triple threat? What if somehow, some way, this becomes a triple threat, or she's involved as a special guest referee?
Um,
Maybe,
I don't think special guest
maybe.
referee.
Well, they could go the route. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe um. Oh, Bianca doesn't know. Wasn't behind the whole Naomi thing, and then go to WrestleMania, and we have a special guest referee, and she cost her the cost her the championship. There's some theories that I have. Cost the
Oh,
championship.
I would like her being a special referee if they went the route where she pretends she doesn't know Bianca is part of it, and then turns out that she is, and she doesn't
Mhm.
reveal it until she hits Rhea with like two KODs or whatever, guaranteed she ain't getting up, and she counts to the two and it just stops. Make the big reveal. If they did it
How
that
you
way, I
picking
wouldn't
up
have a
what I'm
problem with it.
throwing down? Yeah.
If they did it that way, I would like that. But if it was just like if she's there and we already know, and it's like okay, well she's not winning because unless somehow I don't know, Naomi comes and plays her out where another ref comes in or something. I don't know, but I like what you're cooking with my little adding to it.
Yeah. I
So
know I got a little ahead of ourselves when I jumped to the conclusion of the match before we got to talk about some of the meat of it. And well, I asked you who you wanted to win. Were you okay with the winner? You said yeah. But and I was a big Alexa Bliss fan. I That's who I wanted to see, or that's who I just thought WWE was going to go with. But that was just my Triple H feeling. All right, we're gonna go with her. But who my fandom wanted was I wanted Roxanne Perez. I loved her in NXT. I was kind of low key cheering for her. Thought maybe it'd be cool to she was the shit in NXT. They were pushing her to the moon there. So thought that
she's
might
gonna
be pretty cool.
get high up in the company. Like, I see
Yeah.
that happening. I think this whole test with Bailey is just to get her used to the main roster way of doing things.
Yep.
There's a slight difference next team, and once this little rivalry they're doing with Bailey and her and Roxanne, I think she starts skyrocketing up. You got Money in the Bank. You got I see. I think she should win Money in the Bank this year. Have her beat Bailey. Have her
That's
win this rivalry. Build her up a little bit. Money in the Bank. Same thing you
that's a
did with
good
Tiffany
spot.
Stratton.
Yep.
Speaking of Tiffany and Stratton, well, actually, you know what? Before we get to that move, there's one thing we do have to bring up because God dang, like Bianca Belair using her hair as a whip, which we've seen hundreds of times, but that noise and how much her hair wrapped around Liv Morgan's abdomen area. Holy, I don't think I've heard a whip that loud from her hair before.
That was nasty. It left welts on her.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm interested to see if they're
It-
still there tonight. Like,
yeah.
because I know, dude, when they start showing them welts, I cringe. I know
Yep.
other people I was watching it with were all the same way too. So had to mention that. Could
Yep.
not without mentioning.
That
But we
was a great, yeah.
but we did mention Tiffany Stratton, and of course the next match was Tiffany Stratton tagging with Trish Stratus versus Nia Jax, Candice LeRae, and honestly, in my opinion, kind of a snoozer. Kind of a snoozer.
God,
I,
it was loser for this one.
I, yeah. Until like the last 5 minutes. The last 5 minutes it started cooking, but first like the
Yeah.
first 5 minutes got really kind of boring. I mean,
I wasn't I was not buying Trish Stratus. I love Trish. I'm from that era of wrestling, but
one of my first
at
wrestling crushes.
SmackDown, What's that?
One of my first wrestling crushes. I'm sure a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah, yeah.
people's first wrestling
Oh,
crushes
she's beautiful.
between her and Sable in the
But
90s.
oh yeah, Trish Stratus was definitely one of my crushes growing up. She just didn't. The crowd in Canada on Friday night. I didn't. I mean, segment was a little off to me to lead off SmackDown, and I just couldn't get behind that match. Was just thrown together just to have Trish a part of something because
It was
she's Canada's
fanfare.
favorite daughter.
Toronto's
Yeah,
homegirl, you know.
yeah. I
I'm
didn't watch much of it. I went and took a piss. That was my piss break match.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm
that's
saying. It's
right.
like I found myself like more just hanging out and just talking to my friends than actually watching it. On Discord watching it and on our own stuff and just talking the shit. And I just kept ended up looking at them like I'm looking at you talking because I was just bored of it. But
Yeah.
you know, they were
I don't
smart
know
at this.
what the plans are for Naya. I don't like this with her and what Candice LeRae. I don't know. I'm just like I liked her as champion. Should build. They just should have kept building with her. Now she's kind of. It's a weird gimmick now for her. I don't believe in it no more. Like I was believing in her when she like they were turning the corner with her when she won the King of the Ring and stuff like that. And then they gave her the title. I liked it, build her dominance up, but they just kind of pushed Tiffy time. So
Yeah,
it hasn't been. I don't know. They Nia just gets lost in the shuffle since she loses the title. Just
yeah. They're
don't
just
make no
throwing
sense
her.
to me.
They're kind of just been throwing her in like random
Yeah,
fights.
but
Like
you hear she's not the safest worker. I don't know. Maybe
yeah,
that's has something to do with it. I don't know. You always hear it on Twitter land and all these, Dave Meltzer type people
yeah.
about 5-star matches and the quality, and I don't know. I know she broke Becky Lynch's nose, and that got Becky to be the most popular
To be
woman
fair,
wrestler.
I don't think she's injured anybody this run since she's been back thus far. Like
Good.
that was all those injuries people keep bringing up are like before she got let go the first time.
Yeah.
This time since she's been back, she hasn't injured. I think she's gotten better. I do,
Uh,
I understand why
I
they
think she's
go ahead.
I think she's good as a plus size woman out there. I don't necessarily think you got to build her to be this, you know, I don't know, just this monster all the time. Let her use some of her
She's
athletic,
funny.
yeah,
If you
she's
ever see any
hilarious.
of her
Yeah, she
socials,
really is
she's fucking
hilarious.
hilarious. Let her be a comedian
Hmm.
character or something like you did with Carmella for a while.
Hmm.
Let her. You know what'd be funny?
Hmm.
It'd be kind of like
She's
rehashing some
hilarious.
old storyline, whatever. But like they do sometimes. But have her and like R Truth started like a goofy ass romance or something. That'd be kind of funny. I think that'd be funny.
That'd be really good.
You let her throw her comedy chops into it with it. Like I think that'd be funny as shit. Like just R Truth
Yeah.
being R Truth and just like you. What's that one? I remember back in there was a couple like that. It was almost like you could kind of make her like a China and him kind of Eddie, but more goofier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When Eddie was
Yeah.
being goofy
Something
back in
like
the
that.
'90s, you could do something like that, more
Yeah.
modern and everything. I think that would slap. I honestly think Nia Jax is I, I think having her Candice LeRae with Nia Jax is holding Candice LeRae back again because she's actually really
Yeah.
gifted. I've seen a lot of her stuff before WWE. I seen her stuff in NXT and she was good in that. Ever since she came to the main roster, though, she just kind of gets thrown in this back burner with everybody, and she doesn't really get to show her stuff. And I think her just being with Nia Jax again, is holding her back.
Yeah. I'm glad that I don't know. I feel like in my community of friends, there's a mixed reaction to women's wrestling still. I like it. It does. I mean, is it my favorite? I mean, I'm always gonna like the larger than life men characters. Your classic Undertakers and people like that. But I like the fact that they brought in these, the United States women's title and Intercontinental title. It gives these women more storylines, more matches, more time to show their gifts out there. So
Hmm.
a lot of talent in the women's wrestling.
Hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. That evolution definitely sure happened. I will say this though. Once again, Elimination Chamber pay per view has not shown these mid cards. Mid cards have not been put on a pay per view yet, and we've already had
That's true.
two since since the U.S. title for sure. Maybe only one since the Intercontinental. I can't remember the timeline when that. But the U.S. title for sure had two pay per views that hasn't been defended yet. They better
So
have
they
them on
need to make it
WrestleMania and
more
make them legit.
prominent.
That's what I'm saying.
Make it more prominent on Raw and SmackDown. Let's see more title changes happen on Raw and SmackDown. People will tune in to more. I've been watching Raw for so long, I can tell you what's gonna happen before it happens.
That,
You
that's
know,
that's my
like
problem too.
that's why this pay per view here had me shook. I have not. We'll get into that later. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's
um,
good to keep you on your toes in pro wrestling.
yep, yeah, yeah. Well, never say never,
But
right?
do some different stuff. Like have title change. If there's you don't see big title changes on Raw and SmackDown, or hardly ever.
Yeah,
Even secondary titles aren't going to change. The only things that change on television, you're going to look at a tag team championship. That's it.
yep. Very
That's
rarely
the
will
most.
any other title be changed on television.
Yeah,
Well, I think the Intercontinental title's changed on television recently, though.
yeah, but it's just they need
Now
to
that I
do
think
it
about it,
more.
but yeah, I do agree.
I think they
Back in
do
the
it more.
day,
You don't need that. You don't need to have long runs. You have a lot of talent. Like
yeah, back in the day, it
let's
was like
see.
very random. Like you would have some just a random Intercontinental match, like no number one contender match before or nothing, just random guy going for the title, and he would win it all of a sudden.
Yeah,
You got to do stuff like that, keep people on their toes. Kind of like.
as talented as the pool is, make that championship change hands a few times.
Hmm.
Maybe in 2 weeks it changes, boom. Because you got up and comers. I don't know. Go with what's hot. 1 week, a flash in the pan, someone's hot, have that upset happen.
You know,
Just to just to shake things up. I don't know. This is some of my 2 cents.
no, I feel that. So just to get through the Trish match, they got rid of Nia Jax for a little bit right early start, and Nia Kate got the tag, basically dominated them. They would get a couple of little flash in the pan uh, returns. At the end of the day, though, finally Trish Stratus hits it. Actually, a pretty neat super Stratusfaction. I haven't seen that from the top rope. I don't think she's ever done that. So she pulled something new at least, which was interesting. I think Nia
Yeah.
messed up the bump a little bit, but hey, we ain't gonna worry about it. It still looked cool. Which then Tiffany Stratton hit the prettiest moonsault ever to get the 1, 2, 3 to secure the win for her and Trish Stratus. Um, yeah, again, like I said, kind of a bore for like I was looking at my notes and I was like, damn, I barely wrote anything for this match, but there wasn't really much to Trish got her chick kick in and
Props for props for Trish for being late 40s and out there doing her
mm-hmm.
thing.
Yep. Still
That's
doing her
all I
thing.
can say.
And honestly still doing it better than some of the current ones I have. Like, let's be real. Um
I mean, yeah,
but
she
you know
she's
what?
a legend.
That's all right though, because we got the best part, the best. I think the match that stole the night. Like, there's one other thing I think out of this whole pay per view people will remember, but this is definitely one of the two things. Was this match? This match will be talked about, I think, for a long time. The unsanctioned Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn match. And my God, did they like? It seemed like they were actually trying to kill each other.
I mean, leave it to Sammy and KO. These guys are, you know, been we've seen every match manageable. These guys have really got their craft down, and they put on a classic match. I mean, yeah, you touched on it. They just put on a classic match. I mean, but it was the classic KO, Sami Zayn. I mean, I just didn't. I wasn't. I wasn't. It didn't steal the show for me like it did for you. Um just I like a good story, and I don't understand the Sammy Owens story right now. Maybe you can help me get there. I just don't know why. Like, what's happening with Kevin Owens right now? Like
He's
he went from the title, then to being then Sammy coming out during that match, and now they're beefing again. The match though, the match phenomenal. I'm just saying, like, the story, I'm not really following. Maybe you can shed some light.
well. I mean, it all started with you know Cody teaming with Roman because that's somebody that because Kevin Owens out of everybody in the WWE, Roman was head of the table, all on Bloodline, world champ. KO was trying to get that title from him more than anybody before Cody got there. You know what I mean, like he
Mhm.
got screwed over by the Bloodline so much he can't stand them. So the fact that he was one of the Cody Avengers, you know, as they're
Uh,
saying it. Hold on a minute.
okay,
He
that
he
makes
he did that to help get that off of him, and in his mind, Cody betrayed him and everybody else for teaming with Roman, even though it was the right thing to do. He doesn't see it that way. So
yeah,
when Orton tried to talk that sense into him, he took out Orton because he was like, "All right, you're gonna side with this traitor, then you're a traitor too." And then
yeah,
basically, Sami Zayn he asked Sami Zayn to be on his side, and he's like, "But if you're not going to, I respect that. Just stay out of my business." But then he wanted to Sammy to help him win the title because he's like, "Listen, we helped
yeah.
get rid of it. We had to stop this. We basically had to stop this cancer before it, starts up. We get it now before it starts up, then we'll beat it." And then Sammy didn't do that. Sammy let the match go. All right, Cody won. It is what it is. But then at the Rumble, he went to help, even though it's every man for himself. He went to go. He straight on went and helped Roman when Roman was getting beat down by like two or three people. So Kevin looked
Yeah.
at that as like, oh, you won't help me, but you'll help Roman. You're just as bad as Cody. You're just as bad as Orton. You know everything else. And just the simple fact that they've always been friends. Like, yeah, they've had their spats, but like he felt he's felt betrayed. That's the whole reason why he
Yeah.
went after Sammy as hard as he did.
Makes
That sheds
sense
your
now.
light.
Now, after hearing that, I don't know, but it must be I just haven't been following that closely to that storyline as of late. Yeah, I was kind of like just I feel like sometimes WWE throws together these guys because yeah, they produce good matches. They're two people you can rely on. These two are awesome together.
And not to
Whether they're a
mention
tag team
that Kevin Owens tried to end Sammy's. The reason why Sammy really wanted to end Kevin's career is because Kevin Owens tried to end his with one of those package pile drivers.
with the pile driver. Yeah, I do remember that.
So
I just like wasn't. I just forgot the whole. I forgot the whole helping KO or helping against Randy or no, no, helping
Cody helping
the tribal
Roman.
chief. Yeah. So yeah, good match though. I liked it. But the ending,
Yeah.
the ending was great.
We'll get to that in a
Man,
second. Let me kind of go through what we saw. We saw chair shots early on. Saw a hockey stick get brought in and used. Sammy set a table outside, then KO got the advantage and set up another table and stacked it on top of the first table. They go out in the crowd.
that was
Yeah, they go out in the crowd, which we haven't seen that. We don't see that often anymore. People forget that. Um, Poor Dominic Mysterio gets some collateral damage from Pat McAfee when Sammy hits KO with the trash can, and he goes, "Oh, you hit him with Dominic Mysterio."
I popped for that.
McAfee's awesome.
I
I don't
popped.
care what anybody says. He makes this shit even better. Um,
Yeah.
so Sammy ends up putting KO through two tables on the outside. They get back in the ring. Sammy goes for a superplex, which he should know out of anybody. You can't superplex Kevin Owens. It's not allowed. Kevin Owens backdropped him in onto the tables that were stacked on the outside. Which that's when we started noticing that Sammy's starting to really favor his neck from the pile driver a lot more.
Mhm.
Um, he Kevin Owens gets a chair and then does a brainbuster through the chair with Sammy. Um, Goes for some more something else. Sammy counters a pop up power bomb. Then he hits two suplexes, one of them going through the same chair that he was just put through. Um, Ref then ends up getting taken out by a haluva kick because Kevin Owens pulls him to it. Kevin then hits the stunner, gets a close two, and another ref runs all the way down. He's so mad about it, he does a clothesline from hell basically to the blonde headed ref. I can't remember his name. Um, KO sets up another table in the ring, hits a super brain buster through the table. At this point, officials are coming out, even though it's unsanctioned, trying to get them to stop it because they're worried, probably trying to save their money. Let's be real. Uh, but I don't think I've ever seen that in any other unsanctioned match, so it was kind of weird. That's why I think it. Sammy hits a surprise haluva kick for a 2. Sammy looks under the ring and finds a barbed wire wrapped chair, hits a few shots, drop toe holds Kevin Owens making him his eye go right into the chair, leading to a blue thunder bomb onto the barbed chair. And I thought this would be the one time that a blue thunder bomb actually gets Sammy a win. Never wins, but no, KO kicks out anyway at a 2. Um, KO then finally hits a power bomb, puts Sammy's head in between the folding chair, pushes him into the two turnbuckles, hits another power bomb onto the apron, and gets the 3 count. Which we thought was over, brutal enough, but then KO comes back, tears off the protective matting on the floor on the outside of the ring, goes to probably pile drive Sammy again, but Randy's Orton's music hits. The the one that hears voices in his head has returned. Comes in. Kevin Owens, to credit to him, didn't run. He stood in the ring, was like, "Come on, bring it." Then Orton goes in. They get a few punches, and Orton hits a huge RKO, but then sets up for the punt, which then apparently security was able to stop. They couldn't stop him, KO from almost pile driving Sammy, but they could stop Orton. Which then they get 4 of them get RKO's for their service. Thanks for coming. Your
Yeah,
thoughts on that?
Randy Orton coming out looking like a Mack truck, dude. That
Yeah,
boy's been eating.
he been
He's
hitting them
been putting
G's,
on.
getting them gains.
Man, dude, he comes out and I pop hard because when you hear voices in your head and that thing goes blasted, I wasn't expecting it. I don't know why. I was just casually sitting back enjoying the show and just usually I can sense stuff like that, but just nah. Randy comes out and it was awesome. It was awesome to see and yeah, man, that's gonna set up one hell of a match for WrestleMania.
Yep, that's why I think we're gonna get it too. Is at WrestleMania. 100% agree. Um, yeah. Uh, Orton definitely been hitting the irons and getting them gains, man. He I didn't think he could look any
Man,
bigger. I don't know if it's just, but he's got
he's
bigger.
pushing 300 pounds.
Yeah, yeah.
Easy.
But it's all muscle, man. His arms are.
He was built like a truck.
I'm
You
not
ever
gonna.
seen him live?
Have I seen Orton live?
Yeah, he's
Not
huge. He's
not in
just
years. So
yeah, he's a big
not since
dude.
he's come back. Um, I will say I'm gonna kind of pat myself on the back a little bit because I kind of figured he was gonna return at the Chamber. I figured but I didn't. I didn't have it pitched the way that it happened. I did like the way what I thought was gonna happen was that Kevin was about to win, and then he would come out and hit an RKO out of nowhere. Old school Orton
Yeah.
out of nowhere RKO, give Sammy the win, toss KO. That's what I thought was gonna happen. I like this better. That's why they make the big bucks. But
Yep.
yeah, I mean, I knew Orton was going. I was like, Orton's going to have to come back. He's got to come back today because
Yeah.
we're at the chamber because they're setting up on for long. When he
Yep.
didn't show up at the Rumble, I knew it had to be changed.
Yep. I want to see Orton involved in something big soon. I miss him being in the title picture.
Yep.
I
I
actually was one that griped a lot when he was in the title picture, but I miss him in the title scene.
I
It's
want
better
to
when he's in it.
yeah I want to see well I'll mention. But so after that, that's when we get the men's chamber match. Seth and Drew McIntyre start it. Priest comes in after that. Then Logan Paul. Then CM Punk. Uh, I good. It was a good match, but compared to the women's, I think it was just pretty much like any other generic elimination chamber match. Nothing big really happened, except for maybe the frog splash that Logan Paul did. You know, that
Yeah.
was really the only over the top thing I really saw throughout that whole match. Good match though. I mean, I'm not saying that it's a bad match. I definitely would recommend it, but um, as far as like some of the big flashy moments we've seen in the women's match, it just felt a little lackluster. Um, but yeah, so we got uh Drew McIntyre is eliminated by Priest via roll up, most dangerous move of all of entertainment. Damian Priest then got beat by Logan Paul after a frog splash from top of the pod, as we were saying. Logan Paul was beaten by Punk. Um, Seth was also beaten by Punk after him and John Cena basically teamed up against him for a minute there. Punk was beaten by Cena then, with your winner being Cena, but that was after a curb stomp by Seth, who wasn't gone yet, and put in an STFU, I guess it was called. And yeah, during the match, you could tell Punk was loving every minute of it. He was goofing off and everything. Um, and yeah, okay, I already said the rest of that. But yeah, so yeah, other than Punk loving every other moment, the big frog splash, the double team on Seth, and the curve stop leading to the STFU. Uh, yeah, uh, great. I think it was a good ending. I think it set up many matches for WrestleMania. I think we're definitely gonna get Seth and Punk 3 or 2. Is it 2 or 3? They have only one match. Can't remember if they only had one or two.
That
But
they've had
anyway,
a couple.
regardless, I think that'll be a good
Yeah.
match. That last
So
match was good.
yeah, I mean, to the people that are watching this and you're coming here for you want to know what these matches were like. This match right here, if you're a typical wrestling fan and you're looking and you come here looking for that 5 star high risk, moments that you're gonna remember. No, that wasn't this match. You are definitely right. Nothing was over the top. There was no dramatic spots. This match was all about storytelling for me, and I kind of knew that coming in. We were gonna get a lot of questions answered. I was really waiting for this match. Um, I went into this match. You can go into this match two ways. The way I've been watching this for a long time. I tell you, I can tell you what's almost gonna happen. So I figured. I'm not sure if we talk about who won the match yet.
Yeah, John. Yeah, I went through who
Well,
all eliminated, who the
John
winner is.
Cena
Cena
wins the
wins.
win. That was what I was anticipating to happen. We still have the Rock and Cody segment coming up. Cody comes into this thing, dressed in black. From the beginning of the show, they're interviewing him, and so I'm really starting to believe a heel turn could be coming for Cody. They've been teasing it, but that's what they always do. I've been like I said, like I know what's going on, so I don't know, but I figured Cena was gonna win, and I thought Cena was gonna try to keep um, keep Cody from the dark side. I thought they would drag that out a little bit. So we'll get to that. But I thought that was the way they were going. I thought Cena was gonna win, and ultimately Cody turning at WrestleMania. It was what I was thinking. He would join The Rock to keep the title and then screw over Cena. So, but that was what I was thinking was going to happen. I went, but what as a wrestling fan, someone that's just watching the show and picking a favorite because I watch every week. Seth Rollins is my guy. I wanted Seth Rollins to win this match. I was very excited to see what he would do and what the story was going to play out as. Drew gets Priest. I already seen that happening. I feel like they've been rolling that out for a few weeks. That's going to be a WrestleMania match, and you see uh, Priest by Logan, and then kind of see that because there really was no rhyme or reason for that, but that gets him out of the match, and we're gonna get a Priest and Drew. So then Logan being eliminated by Punk. Um, thought that was they've been going at it, so I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Seth didn't uh didn't Punk eliminate Seth, right? Punk eliminated Seth, right?
Yes, Punk eliminated
Okay,
Seth.
I was pissed. I was pissed. I was like, "Come!" So then I'm starting to think it's Cena. I did pick Cena to win at the beginning of this.
Mm.
So it's Cena and CM Punk, and I was really believing Punk would win it.
That's who I wanted.
I
I'm not
really
gonna
I thought
lie. I
yeah,
got the hat on.
they might go with Punk, but seeing seeing Seth Rollins come back in and do what he did cost Punk the chance to go because Punk had Cena beat, and we were about to get it, and then here comes Seth Rollins, my
Just out
guy.
of nowhere. I thought he was gone. Just out of nowhere, just
I
shows up.
I popped hard, pissed off. Was the one chanting for CM Punk back in the day, but fuck him. I give me Seth Rollins all day in this. I can't wait for their match at Mania. It's gonna be awesome.
I can't wait either because Punk gonna beat that bitch ass.
Oh no, see y'all. No, fuck no, dude. I will get. He did cook him this week on Raw when he told him he looked like an oven mitt. Did you
Yeah,
catch that?
yeah.
Yeah, that
Walking around like a
motherfucker.
humanoid oven mitt. Man, I
Yeah,
listen. I got my punk hat on, dude. I'm a punk. I'm a punker, man. What can I say?
I see. CM
Wrestle.
sucks, as I like to call
Oh damn.
Seth Rollins.
Oh boy, I have a feeling that the WrestleMania review is going to be kind of explosive.
Yeah,
Subscribe to
it's
see
gonna be
that.
good.
And
Oh, did you notice he curb stomps him? Did you see uh Cena's face? He jumped at that opportunity
oh yeah,
to so you get a curb stomp, so Cena gets back in the match, and I mean he doesn't hesitate. I mean, there's something to be said about that. That could be taken as heelish a little bit. Like he didn't get irritated with Seth for coming back in the match and getting him to WrestleMania. So with that said, you know what I
with
mean?
that being said, though, so Cena was celebrating because he won the chamber. Congratulations! Gonna
But
get
when
going
we still
going after the WWE title at WrestleMania against Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
So Cody Rhodes comes out because we still have to deal with what is Cody gonna do? Is he gonna side with The Rock? Is he gonna side just stay with the people and himself and whatnot? So he comes out and he kind of seemed like I understand what you're saying. He's dressed in all black. Cena's got the ropes down. He's like, "Come on in, I got the ropes for you," and he didn't seem to like it. That he's like, "What the hell? I can get in the ropes myself," kind of thing.
Yep.
Ends up, Cena's all pumped up. He's like, You know it. I know it. S- Championship, Mania, they all know it. And the whole time, Cody's just kind of sitting there going, yeah, great, kind of like, yeah, yeah, you know. And then the Rock's music hits.
You still don't know.
Yep,
I'm at this
exactly.
point as a lifelong fan, still don't know what's about to unfold. I'm still, like on the edge of my seat waiting to see what's gonna happen. This is what I've been waiting for all night.
Mm-hmm.
Combination of this. And at this point, to me, everything seems ready for a heel turn for me,
Yep.
for Cody. Like I'm
Yep.
thinking,
I'm thinking
but
we're gonna get
at
the
the
actual
same
American
time,
Nightmare.
I'm thinking it. At the same time, I'm like, he ain't really gonna do it though. Like I think it'd be awesome if he did, but he ain't really gonna do it. And that sets up him and the Rocks their conversation. You can get into that, but that had me popping for days. I'm gonna be laughing
Yep.
about that for days.
So the Rock comes out and with Travis Scott. I think that's who it is, ain't it?
Yeah.
Travis Scott. So Rock
That
comes
was
out with Travis Scott, who has like I guess the new version of the Hardcore Championship, I guess, because it looks like the WWE
Yep.
title, but it's got like all hardcore look, like the old hardcore belt look to it, which is kind of all
An
right.
idiot.
Gotta sell some new belts, I guess. With his sage quote sage and
Yeah.
the Rock and him coming out, Rock looking like he's Elvis reincarnated or something with his outfit he had going on that day. And then basically he goes in, he goes, all right, Cody, it's time. He pulls the creed, puts his arms wide open, and says, embrace me. You get to keep living your dream, you get all the good stuff, everything we've heard for the last couple weeks. But if you don't, the dream dies again, or the American dream dies. Then he says again, which I'm like, God damn. The Rock just does not care. And Cody, he starts talking to him, says, "Listen, I want it all, Rock. I want everything that I deserve, everything I'm earned. Da da da. Here's the thing: I've sold my soul to this mat. I've sold my soul to this crowd. So in other words, Rock, go f yourself." But he said the full word, which really threw me off for a loop because I don't think I've ever heard the f bomb purposely said during a WWE promo. That like I
And
ever
Captain
since they said they're going
America.
to Netflix, I've been waiting for that word to get dropped. And
Yep.
they finally dropped it. So
I took off run outside. I lost it. I popped so damn hard. I was just going, it was awesome. I have a 10-year-old son, he's watching it with me. He sees his dad. He's what am I? I'm going believe he's laughing too, but he just said what? So I popped like a man. My jaw hit the floor, my guy. Just like you said, I never thought I would hear. Right. Go fuck yourself. You can edit that out if you need to,
it's
but
gonna get moved.
that
That's fine.
was awesome. Oh my god, and then John Cena's reaction had me popping even
Yeah.
more. I told my "Look at
I,
Cena." Cena's like, "Oh my god," he said, "What?"
I said
Cena's just selling it. I'm jazzed right now. I'm on a high. Like I said, I ran outside. I almost ran around the fucking block. Believe what I just seen.
yeah.
Oh my
I low key wanted our truth to show up on stage with a microphone just so he could say, I don't even know if that's PG.
I wanted Rod Simmons to come out and say,
Damn.
"Damn, that shit was wild." And
Oh
I am
man.
like, man, I'm like, this is badass. And then, woo,
And then
yeah.
so The Rock kind of looking not really dumbfounded, just disappointed. And My camera.
That crowd is hot. They're going
They're
wild right
going
now.
wild for it. And so he turns around. Cena goes, "Hell yeah. You did the right decision." Gives him a big old hug where he's looking right at the Rock, and the Rock just slowly flat across his throat. You see Cena's expression change to something that we haven't seen since like 2002. Cena goes back, basically gives Cody the thumbs up, and just kicks some squaw in the cojones, my friend. He's got the hat, ladies and gentlemen. He's got the hat on. Cena goes full heel. Full heel. He got the watch on the fist, punching him, laying him out, getting on top of him, punching him, laying him out. Cena grabs the belt, hits him not once but twice, busts Cody open, posing with that stern, pissed off look on his face. I didn't even know what to do. I stood out of my chair. I was confused. Not confused. I was excited, but I didn't think it would happen. I said maybe later on in this retirement tour, but I did not think it'd be with The Rock. That
Yeah.
he's finally
What a
done
way to
things.
do it, huh?
Yeah,
Out of all these years,
this was our
what a way to
Hogan.
do it. You wait until we, the fans, least expect it on your farewell tour. I just spent so much money on Christmas for my son. All this farewell bullshit he wants to burn now. Thank you,
I
WWE.
wa-
Thank you.
you know how many other parents are going through the same thing you're going through right now? I guarantee you,
But
dude.
I
I
but he
guarantee
has
you.
no idea what just transpired in the terms of wrestling. He has no
This
idea how over
these
how over um Cody Rhodes is going to be after this. Cody Rhodes just cemented himself as
the new full on baby
more
face.
legendary than Hulk Hogan.
Yep. I
He's good. This is an iconic
this
moment for Cody Rhodes,
this was for
in my opinion.
sure all these kids, and this is stuff people aren't even bringing up. I feel like I haven't heard this get brought up at all. But think about all these kids that grew up with John Cena. They just had their Hulk Hogan moment, like we had when we were kids, and Hulk went betrayed Randy Savage, and I can't remember
Yep,
who Sting, and joined the NWO or formed the
yep.
NWO with Scott Hall and Kevin Nash. Cena literally just gave this generation that's now grown up watching him for 15 plus years, 20 plus years, they have now gotten their Hulk Hogan moment. I never thought they would ever be able to recreate that Hulk Hogan moment, but they did it, and it's fucking glorious.
It was awesome. And all the kids that are, this and that are the same kids that are John Cena fans, or are the same ones that are Cody fans. And they don't understand what John Cena just did for the business. Like,
Nope. And he gave no
uh,
explanation either. Like he was at the press
no,
conference and he just dropped the mic and walked off.
when this is all said and done, like I was getting sick of Cody. I mean, it's just how wrestling goes, though. With a baby face, they just extended Cody. I was getting sick of him, honestly. I popped so hard for Cody, especially with the when he used the F word. And now he's a little edgier. He's bleeding. He's getting homeboy the rapper starts getting into it. And I see some pictures after the show or whatever. He's pretty bruised. I think they show some footage of the rapper might have really decked him
Oh
on
yeah.
accident.
That was all over the news this morning. Yeah, it was that.
He's
He
so
might
black and blue on the side. They beat the hell out of him, and The Rock is gonna beat Ro. I thought Cody earned his stripes, when he went through that whole year trying to get the title.
he earned his stripes at the Hell in a
Now
Cell with a torn pec. I'm just saying.
that, and then when Brock beating the hell out of him a lot, those
Mm-hmm.
3 matches. Oh, he's gonna get the hell beat out of him again. This is gonna be fun. But it's gonna get the crowd loving him more that they ever even. And when he comes out on top, like he probably gonna lose the title. I say they take the title off him. The
Mhm.
Rock, the Cena sold his soul to the Rock for the title. Cena went corporate, so there's your corporate champion. But then Cena's gonna be around for a year, so we
Mhm.
got the rest of the year. We got WrestleMania coming up in April. So this storyline is just getting cooking, man,
So
and we are in for a treat.
I'm
This is
I'm this
woo,
this is gonna be a fun retirement tour
yeah.
or whatever it
I
becomes
got
now at
so
this
much
point.
respect for John Cena, man. That guy cares about the business.
Mhm.
He does. You can say what you want, say what you will
Well, there was so many
about
years
him,
that that's what the
about
fans
him or
wanted
The Rock.
was a heel Cena, and
Hmm.
he's finally going. You know what? They've been wanting a heel Cena. I'm finally gonna give it to
Yeah,
him, like full blown
and they're
heel
gonna
Cena.
put over. They're gonna put over the guy that took The Rock out of that WrestleMania moment that he's wanted with his cousin last year. They're gonna there's that tells you something about The Rock too. They care about the fans. They care about they gave the fans Cody, and I wanted that. Did it get stale? It did. Just
No.
like, and I felt like it got stale for me, and not no more. Woo wee!
Well, it just explains so
Fully
much things.
impressed.
We had so many
Can't wait for
questions.
Raw. Yep.
But yeah, man. So that was Elimination Chamber. Overall, I think it was a great pay per view. It had, like I said,
Yeah.
the only match that I really didn't care at all for was really the Trish and Tiffany tag match, which is a shame because she's the champ, so she should be having great matches. It just wasn't that good. The men's match was lackluster, but it was still a fun match to watch if you enjoy watching Elimination Chamber matches.
Yeah.
But between
The shock
Gags
value.
beat down on Naomi, the Cena heel turn, and the Sammy and Kevin Owen match, in my opinion, makes this probably going to be one of the top 3 of the year. And we're only in February February. We're just in March. We just hit March, and it's already
If we're talking about shock value, this is this is top 3 all time for me. Like, just with the shock of what happened at the end of this pay-per-view.
oh,
Overall pay-per-view quality of, like, a wrestling show, yeah, I mean, I haven't seen a better one this year. I mean, I really haven't. I really enjoyed SummerSlam. I really haven't. I did enjoy SummerSlam. Wait, we're already never mind, we're in March of 2025 now, so we're
yeah.
starting a whole another year.
That's what I'm saying. It's
But you
only
know
the
what I
second
mean.
pay per view of the year, and it's
Yeah,
definitely already in my top 3. Like we'll see how the rest go, but we
yep.
have a whole year yet. But definitely better than the Rumble, in my opinion. Already,
Oh, yeah.
so. But yeah, so that's what
Give
I
it a
think of
watch.
it.
This is
What?
yep.
So yeah,
I said, people out there need to give it a watch if they have not
yeah,
tuned in.
definitely. Even if you haven't watched it, we already told you everything. Go watch it. It's worth the watch for sure. But
Yep.
that's what we think of the Elimination Chamber. We will be back Tuesday with the Raw review for tonight. Um, and yeah, let us know. Let us know in the comments what you guys thought of the Elimination Chamber. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Tell us why and everything else. And if you enjoy the show, make sure you hit that like button to let us know you did. Hit that subscribe button so you get see when the next videos come out, and also hit that notification bell so it will just notify you on anything when the new videos come out. So with that being said, we got Bump over here, and never give up. Got the RT. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace.